Hey everyone, welcome to Protege Parenting. If you have any topics you want to hear me talk about, if you have any questions, comments, or you think I talk too slow during these videos, let me know in the comment section below. Today's episode is all about why you should stop using child locks on cupboards, cabinets, and other things around your house. Now this may seem counterproductive or counterintuitive at first because you want to protect your kids from what's under the sink, or maybe you don't want to pick up the mess they make when they do get into that cabinet or cupboard. But the problem is, it's our job as parents to teach our children to be responsible, respectable, and to understand boundaries, limits, and have self-control over them. The problem with child locks is it doesn't give the child an option to push that boundary or test it. This is important for child development because if they're not allowed to test the boundary, they don't learn self-control. If you put a child lock on, that's simply a restricted area and the child does not have an option to get in that cabinet or cupboard. If you've watched my previous episode on starting to tell your baby no, you should have a system established with your child for teaching them what no means and following it by a negative association. This will help you train your children not to get into cabinets and cupboards and other things around the house that you normally would put a lock on. This transfers heavily into their development as a child going into an adult about how they can respect other boundaries. My wife and I have seen this go into effect, especially with running into the street. You train your kids at home not to run into the street so that when you go to the store or you're out and about or you go to someone else's house, they don't run into the street. Now, what happens if you have child locks on your cabinets and cupboards at homes, but you go to grandma and grandpa's or a friend's house for dinner and they don't have child locks on their cabinets and cupboards? This is the same principle that would apply when your child gets out of your house when they're an adult. If you didn't train them that you can get in the cupboard but you're not supposed to, that is a boundary, then the child isn't going to understand that you can speed or you can break the law, but that is a boundary that you don't want to cross. If you don't implement this with your kids, then you might raise people like that one friend you bring golfing and don't understand that there are boundaries when you golf. That's out of bounds. Quit hitting it over there. Anyways. You need to teach this concept to your children because they need to learn self-control over the boundaries. They need to be able to push boundaries. You need to teach them that you can do that, but you're not supposed to, and this will teach them to be respectful, responsible, and have self-control. They'll understand legal boundaries. They'll understand other people's boundaries, and they're going to understand that they need to have self-control over themselves when they're adults, that yes, things in the world are possible, you are able to do them, but there are boundaries that need to be respected. Let me know if you like this topic or you have any comments, questions on it, and subscribe for next week's video.